Hey there, everybody. It's your old pal, the Moo Cow, here for Indie Film Cafe, doing another short review for short films. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a short film called Frostbite, and it's a 2019 film. It's about 9.5 minutes long, and it is from a man called Andrew Hunt, who wrote and directed and produced it. He apparently is somebody who's worked on a bunch of other short films, but he also has, if you look on his Internet Movie Database sheet, he also has done at least one full-length film called Miles Between Us, and he's working on something called The Unspoken. This was filmed in 2019, and it's part of the Alter website. I don't know if you're familiar with that. That's where I found it on YouTube. Alter is sort of a group on YouTube that brings together short horror films, and I guess they release 3 new ones every week, which is pretty darn cool. That's how I found this particular film. If you don't know Alter, I would definitely check them out, and you can see movies like Frostbite or others. It's definitely a pretty cool site. But if you go onto there, and you can see the site there, and I'll just kind of read you a little bit what it says. It says, a young girl lures a mysterious figure across a frozen wasteland for reasons unexplained, which is kind of a very, very sort of bare bones encapsulation of what is kind of sort of an interesting twist on a traditional sort of zombie apocalypse kind of a film. This has got more of an interesting twist to it because it's a lot more family oriented. One of the very first things you see in the film is the girl, who's played wonderfully by Louisa Darr, by the way. She was absolutely fabulous. I'm not sure if this is her very first film or not, but she was really, really good. But she's got this tag that's on something. I don't remember if it was on a bag or something else, but it basically says Semper Fi, and it's obviously, sort of the idea is family, overall, or family to the end. And that's kind of the overarching theme here, is that I guess during this zombie apocalypse, family comes first, even if there's zombies. So, as it turns out, she's not just wandering across the wasteland messing around with random zombies. This is apparently an older brother, I think, or a cousin or something like that. And she's been luring him with a whistle to sort of bring him back and add him to the collection of other family zombies that are in there, which is really kind of sad and kind of sweet as well. But it's a very, very interesting take on the film, and there are a couple of other parts of the film that I thought were sort of interesting. For example, at one point, while she's trying to lure the brother back, they bump into another zombie, which is not, I guess, part of her family or part of the extended clan. And she gets knocked down, and it looks like that zombie might try to start to kill her and eat her, like zombies generally do. But the brother zombie shows up, and they have a fight. There's a zombie fight going on over Louisa Darr's character, and the intruder zombie ends up getting torn apart, and then the poor brother zombie loses an arm, and then it's adorable. She actually picks up the arm and sticks it in her backpack and brings it with her to sort of, that's their brother's arm, I guess. But that's interesting, because if you look at things like other movies, Walking Dead, and just traditionally other zombie films, the zombies pretty much ignore each other. They don't really do anything. But in this case, I guess because the brother zombie could tell that this other zombie was an interloper, that it decided it was either, it was either an intruder, or it was competition for Louisa. And so they had the big zombie fight, which was pretty cool. You don't see it, of course, and that might be one of the smaller issues I might have had with the film. The other one is that she does lure the brother across with a trail of blood after she cuts her hand. But of course, this is while the brother is already sort of engorging himself on another fresh kill where there's tons of blood. So I don't know whether he would actually detect that blood amongst all the others, but very, very small nitpicky thing. This is one of those films where I really kind of wish and kind of hope that it gets extended into a full-length film, because there's a lot more going on here than in most normal short films. So I'm really hoping this leads to something bigger. But otherwise, there's a lot of good stuff here, a lot of things to like. The cinematography was really good. It's all shot in 4K. The music is really good. I was very impressed with the music. It establishes the tone without going overboard, without being too much. The writing and the directing are both on point. Everything is really good. The performances were on par, were fabulous. It was just a great film. There's a couple of really interesting drone shots and a couple of wide angle pans that I thought were pretty cool. So there's a lot to see about this, and there's even little bits of humor too. I mean, at one point, Luisa's character is throwing hot dogs at her brother zombie, saying, this is not food. These hot dogs are food. Trying to sort of, learn, trying to teach him. Not going to happen. And then I know at one point, when the zombies start fighting, and she runs behind the tree and hides, and you can see her cover her hand, and one of her hand has a like an animal glove. It's like a bunny or a cat or something like that. It's just wonderful little things like that that sort of show the characterization in the film that I thought were really nice touches. So in any event, I would say that this is a really good short film. It's got me very excited to see where the folks involved are headed towards. I'm hoping to see a lot more stuff coming from them, and I definitely recommend that you go out and check it out, and hopefully you'll like it just as much as me. So thanks very much for checking out this version of short films, or short reviews for short films here at Indie Film Cafe, and we will see you later on the flip side. Peace out. Bye.